I pulled up every cancellation from one brand, 30,000 of them. Most people count churn by month. I counted it by day. Cancellation date minus start date. And we found out that every brand get most of its cancellation on the same 3 days. The same 3 days. In this video, I will walk you through the subscription cancellation day analysis, the 3 days, and what to do about each one. Hi, I'm Rahi, and I work with D2C subscription brand on retention. Plotting this chart is the first thing we do on every audit. And every time I plot this, the same 3 days comes up. First is day 0, the day they subscribe. Somebody takes the first order, sees how good the deal was, and cancels before the day is out. They were never planning to stay. The second is the day your reminder email goes out. For most of the brand, that 3 days before the charge. You send it so nobody gets surprised. A chunk of people read it and cancel on the spot. The third is the charge day itself. That's one of the biggest by distance. Close to 1 in 10 cancellations land on that single day. The cards get billed and they realized they were on subscription at all. They go into the account and cancel the subscription. And if you look at closely, these 3 days, none of them are about the product. They are more about the communication and the messaging. Now, let's do the analysis. You can run it yourself this afternoon. So every subscription platform stores 2 fields: subscription object, created ad, and cancel ad. Recharge has them, Skio has them, StayAI has them. Export both. Take every single cancelled subscription and subtract the date from another. That gives you the number of days for each subscriber lasted. Bucket those numbers by the day, you pivot it, and then count how many cancellations land on each one. Plot from day 0 to day 100. So over here, I have this raw data of subscription. So in this, basically we have the subscription data, the status. I only took the cancelled status, and then we took the created date and cancelled date. Then I put up a formula. This formula specifically is the number of days it took from cancellation to created, and then we pivoted. So pivot is, so mostly we put it on frequency. So one is the frequency and second is the difference, the difference of days, and then we just count the subscription. So it will create something like this. Then we can have a split of every 1 month, depending on your brand, how many frequencies you have. So if you have every 3 weeks or every 3 months, so we can select this, then it will just give how many people are canceling. So we just take this, we can put it over here. Now, next we divide this by the total, which is your total number. Then we just put, yeah. So, yeah. So now we can see that on 0 day, then because it was 3 months, so there was nothing in this, and then there is a cancellation increasing before shipment to 89, this thing, and the maximum, if you look at 91 days. The better analysis is over here, where we have it for every month. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and yeah, like on this, what we have is the cancellation percentage. So on the right, you can have a look at this. So this number for 30 days, for this it will be 60 days. For a different, this 2 months brand, it's a 60 day. For a 3 months brand, this is the area, and this is across the frequencies, across the product range, across the niches. One important thing before you run it is that split by the billing frequency first. So in this case, we have split it so it doesn't dilute the data and you don't see like a single cohort. In cohort analysis also, we recommend to look at by frequency because you don't want to dilute the data. So the behavior of a 1 month frequency customer will be different from 2 months and 3 months. Once you plot these frequencies on their own, this is when this kind of a chart will be visible. So you can have a look at the 1 month. This is blue. So this is the blue is spiking around here. The 2 months is green. So this is spiking around 60 days and 3 months is around spiking around here. This is also another way to look at the chart where you look at the cancellation cluster and you look at the graph. So it's the same every month, these many cancellations, and day 0 over here, and then it increases. Then it's interestingly again increases around next 60 days, and then on the third billing there is some more cancellation. So this is expected because most of the people in the middle, they will not cancel. Near the renewal dates, they typically tend to cancel their subscription. For 3 months, 30 to 90 day is very slow period, which is a good thing. That's why we are recommending most of the brands to move to 3 months. First, you get a benefit of the AOV. It's good enough for you to justify the cost of acquisition. So you get more money upfront, and then you take a hit little bit, but then there is a lull period that not many cancellations happens. After 90 days, there will be like a lot of cancellations, but typically if you look at the share, 9.1 cancel over here and 8.1 cancels over here. So it's not the frequency which is creating the cancellations. So 882 monthly subscriber canceled on they subscribe. That's 5.6 of every monthly cancellations the brand ever had. Then I checked the other frequencies. Quarterly was 7.4, 2 monthly was 7.6, 3 weekly was 8.4. These numbers barely move. That tells you something. If the day zero has anything to do with the billing, it would change when the billing changes. It doesn't. Day zero is your offer. Somebody landed on your product page, saw the subscription was worth more than the buying once, took the discount and the free gift, and cancelled before they closed the tab. The broad fix is to make the first order worth less and the second order worth more. Now look at the day 27. Day 27 is when brand emails you about the 3 days before you do the charge. That email exists so nobody gets surprised, and it does the job. It also moves the chunk of the cancellation 3 days earlier. You do not want to delete that email. You change what it says and what it asks people to do. Now day 30, the charge. Nobody woke up on day 91 and stopped liking the product. The card got charged. Most of these people are not unhappy. They are surprised. They forgot they had subscribed at all, and the charge reminded them. The broad fix is disclose and value realization. It happens during onboarding. It happens during the product usage. It happens during the renewal emails or the upcoming order emails. But the goal is to realize the value. If you don't realize the value, so these kind of tactics, you will always see more cancellations on the day of renewal. Day of renewal is the output. The cancellation or the churn is happening way earlier. In this case, either the customers have not used the product for 91 days and they just realized they were on subscription, so they canceled their account. This is a symptom. The problem happened a long time back. So now what's the solution? Let's start with day zero. Open your product page and look at the subscription widget the way the first time buyer would. If subscribing saves 30%, ships free, and come with a free gift, if the one-time user is not getting much of the benefits, so they will definitely opt for the subscription. And that's not a bad thing, but you need to be aware of that your take rate will also go high, but your cancellations will also increase. One option is to future stack the gifts. So what we want is to give month 2, month 3, month 6, what they will be getting in the future. So if they go for this also, then we try to showcase them what's in store for them. Second, there is a rewards system. Savage Fenty does a very nice job. It's Rihanna's brand. On 5th order, you will get this. You will get on something on your birthday. You will get access to the app and other benefits. So it stacks up the benefits of keeping the subscription. Similarly, for one brand we work with, so we mention that there is a surprise and a gift is coming and you will get this much. And the same happens on the Grown as well. So they also mention that you have more flexibilities and you will get more samples. These are the things to load up the journey, and it's also not just about loading up the journey, you need to communicate it also. So for day zero, the only option is to showcase the milestone journey or the future journey. Still, day zero will happen if the deal is very good, but that's totally fine. For most of the brands, we recommend to load up their subscription. So we ask to give them gifts on the first purchase. We recommend having a big discount compared to one-time purchase, not more than like 20-30%, but still lucrative. If that happens, let's suppose you load up your subscription. Now what will happen? Your take rate will increase, but your day zero cancellations will increase. So there is a trade-off, but I would still recommend to go with that trade-off. Just be aware of that. But other option is that you get someone, the new customer, like suppose think from a customer psychology that it's a new customer. They have never seen your website, never seen your brand. They landed on the website. They just want to try your product. Now, if they want to try, so either they can go for the one-time purchase, which is costly, which is not lucrative, and they can go for a subscription. You can treat it day zero as a trial customers, that those were your one-time buyers who took the trial of your subscriptions, like a 7-day trial or a SaaS trial, and they canceled after, and you get paid for that because it's not a free trial. So you are already getting some money for their subscription. They are giving their credit card as well. If you improve in the take rate, so we have improved take rate from 20% to 60% by using free gifts and loading up the subscription. So there is a 40%, 50% more users are opting into subscriptions. And even if like 5% cancels from them, it does not matter, but it improves your whole unit economics and it unlocks a lot of growth. So I would say take the day zero from pinch of salt and don't worry too much about it, but we show the long-term benefit of long-term commitment, then more people will stay on subscription. Next is upcoming subscription. So upcoming subscription, typically we send like before 3 days of subscription or 5 days before subscription. This is a sample Klaviyo flow. In this, the communication is on upcoming reminder, and this needs to be configured in your subscription program, the delay. In this brand, it was configured wrong. It was configured 15 days before subscription or something like that, or 30 days before subscription. So many people were getting the first upcoming email as soon as they subscribe. So it was a big blunder, but this settings needs to be checked in Skio, that what's your upcoming subscription reminder will be, when it will be triggered. Once it triggered, if we set it for 3 days, then we look at the cycles completed, because the idea is to create a gamification. So we want to show a milestone journey. So in the milestone journey, we focus on the first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, and then we take it from there. Communication for upcoming subscription should look something like this, that we are informing them that your subscription will renew in 3 days. Then we can ask them to make an adjustment. We don't say skip or pause upfront. We try to make it like manage subscription or something vague. And then we more focus is on the pitch, that we can pitch them the next upsell, so they can add more to their account. You can showcase the gifting sequence. So it's more like a rewards thing, that month 1 you will get this, month 3 you will get, month 4 you will get a free gift. This is also one option where you show that delivery 1, delivery 2, delivery 3, and then you show that you are here, you are here, you are there. And in the email subject lines, we also enforce that. We say that commitment pays off on the cycle trigger 1. Your next refill is 10% extra or something like that. And if they haven't opened, we send a reminder also. And similarly, if there is a cycle 2, then stay stocked. So in this, we are talking about the benefits as well. So let's go into one email. So over here, we are talking about when they become a second nature, then we are telling, because many people might be on different subscription, we mentioned that there is a reward which might be coming up, and you can always add to your subscriptions. So the next is the perfect time to expand your routine. So you can add more collection to your routine, and you can push new arrivals over here as well. So in Klaviyo, like you do it on second cycle, and then you have something for third cycle and then upcoming cycle. So if someone on 6th or 7th or 8th, then you need something as a placeholder or evergreen email, which keeps on going, like stay right on track or stay in sequence. Depending on the brand, you can keep on customizing the sequence. After order 3, we typically go for a evergreen, but we have done it for 6 months as well. Most of the cancellation happens between first 3 orders. So first 3 orders definitely a must. Now the part almost everyone gets wrong. Do not measure this email by looking at day 27. Measure the entire 7-day window around the renewal. With email also, we have done tests, so we have done without email also. And typically with email, we are able to reduce the number of cancellations. When people look at this email, they feel that we don't need to remind the customers, we don't need to tell the customers about subscription, but that's not the right approach. It's not ethical, and it's also from data perspective, you will eventually get with or without the email. And without the email, you will get more cancellations. Email should not get the blame, but that's typically last attribution mindset, that we sent that email that led to cancellation, but eventually the most of the cancellation will happen during that 1 week. So the idea is that if we are communicating with the user, we are trying to tell them that you got this benefit, something is coming up, you can add more, these are the reviews, people are liking it, this is the value, then we are able to reduce that cancellation. Now renewal day. Day 30 is the biggest day, and it's the cheapest one to improve. People cancel on the charge day because the charge is the first time they registered, they were on subscription. That is a disclosed problem, and disclosed costs nothing to fix. You be upfront about the subscription, put the next charge date on the next order confirmation email, not in a small print, in the same size text as everything else. Put it on the thank you page straight after checkout while they are still paying attention. Put it on the cadence in the plain language on the checkout page itself every 30 days until you cancel, or something like that. But the idea is that we are not supposed to hide that it's a subscription. Otherwise, it will lead to refunds, it will lead to bad reviews, customer will eventually cancel, but they will get pissed and they will post on Trustpilot and you will get a bad review. So idea is to fix this and be upfront about the subscription. 30 date is just the symptom. The cancellations are happening way before, and we need to fix the onboarding, the value realization and other things. Also, one thing which we have seen is the customer portal. If the changing a flavor, moving a delivery date, skipping for a week, is tough, then people will cancel. And then in the customer portal, we can also do cross-sell, we can do like new offer launches, we can do new flavors launch. So there's a lot of things which can be done in your customer portal. And then there is always cancellation flow, where if you have the cancellation flow properly, then you will also be able to reduce your day 0 or day 30 cancellations by telling people that they have choice, they can skip, they can pause, they can move their delivery around. If they are feeling the pinch, they can pause it for 2 weeks or some time, or they can get a discount. So there are like multiple options for you to play with during cancellation as well. Now people make 2 mistakes with this chart. First, mixed frequency. I said it earlier and it's worth repeating because it's a mistake that people make. Plot each billing frequency separately, or renewal spike disappear into an average. Second, passive churn. Failed payments also resolve near the charge date. So if you mix your involuntary churn cancellations like card failure with your active cancellations, then this number will increase. So you need to take the passive cancellations out of this chart as well. So that is the map. Day 0 is your offer, day 27 is your email, and day 30 is what you never told them. None of 3 is about the product, which is also the limit of this. These are tactics. If people do not like what they bought, fixing all 3 moves nothing. If they are not using it, there is no habit, then eventually the cancellation will happen with this tactic or with any other tactic in the world. What these 3 days give you is timing. They are the trigger points. What you say around them count more than everything you say in the weeks between, and most brands never looked at them. Your platform already has this data, 2 columns, 1 pivot, 20 minutes. I break down one retention system like this every week. Subscribe so the next one finds you. And if you want your own cancellation map plotted, this is the first thing when we onboard a brand. Link in the description below. Thank you.